Hi, welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections with our guest Bobbi Brown. We've been talking about the new physicians that have moved to the area already. And Bobbi, would you continue on with that and tell us about some more physicians?
I sure will. Another new physician that we have is a family medicine physician. It's Dr. Scott Ezell. And that name will be familiar to many people in our community because he and his wife Dee lived here for many years, and then he decided that he would go to medical school, go on to residency, and now we're so thrilled to have him back here with us as a family medicine doctor. He has joined the North Central Arkansas Medical Associates, Dr. Adkins, Dr. White, and Dr. Hodges, and we're just delighted that he is here, that Dee is here with him, and to have them with us because he had a lot of choices of where he could go, and we're just so excited that he chose to come back home. Yes, absolutely. And he is.
Thank goodness.
And he's so funny. I love what he tells us about what he likes to do for his activities, because he likes to hunt anything in season, float the rivers by kayak, catch any fish that bites, scuba dive, and snow ski.
He came to the right place.
He came to the right place, that's right.
With the winters we've had, the skiing's an option too.
Skiing is an option, some of those hills by the hospital, right? Oh, goodness. And we have Dr. Daniel Goodwin, who is an internal medicine doctor who is practicing as a hospitalist with the hospitalist group at Baxter Regional.
Okay. Can you explain that a little bit to our viewers about, that's a word that I know has come up before when we talked about intensivists or hospitalists, and it's new to some folks' ears.
Sure. A hospitalist is a physician who only sees patients in the hospital. When you are there for whatever reason, they don't have clinic time, they have hospital time, and so they will see you when you are there in the hospital. Whereas an intensivist is someone who only sees patients who are in intensive care. Exactly, exactly. And so Dr. Goodwin, along with the other hospitalist group that we have, will see the patients in any parts of our hospital as patients. Yes.
So that, in other words, when their own primary care physician chooses not to follow, perhaps wants to do the clinical portion of it, and then we'll assign it to a hospitalist, and the hospitalist reports back to that primary care physician about the patient. Or if someone should come in through the ER and doesn't have their primary care doctor there, they will admit and follow the patient in the hospital there. Sure will, yes. Dr. Goodwin is from Arkansas. He's from Searcy. He did his undergrad work at UCA, his residency at UAMS, and finished this summer, and he joined us in August. We are delighted to have he and his family, his wife Shonda, who has a law degree and a master's in public administration. Oh my goodness.
And now is a very busy stay-at-home mom with 2 young children, Max, who is 2, and Hadley, who is 8 months. And they're just adorable, adorable children. And so we're delighted to welcome them to the Mountain Home area.
I think these are the children that you spent a little time with.
Did
you not?
I did.
You didn't want to give them back. Max in particular.
That's right. Max just stole my heart. One of the definite advantages of my job is that I get to spend time with the little ones. And, oh, y'all need to go to a meeting? Sure, let me just watch those children for you. But they are just absolutely delightful. And another married couple that we have joining us this year is Dr. Rebecca Martin, who is pulmonology, and Dr. Grant Matthews, who is nephrology. And pulmonology, of course, is to watch the diseases of the lung, and nephrology is the diseases of the kidney. So we're very excited to have this bright young couple here in their subspecialties. They are opening a new practice in Mountain Home that is going to be called the Mountain Home Pulmonology and Nephrology Clinic. And it will be located on 62 in the same office as Dr. King is, where his new office has been built. They will be opening their practice about the 1st of October or so. So people can watch for information about that.
Another young couple with children?
With children, yes, they do. They have adorable, adorable children. A son who is 4 and a daughter who is 2. They did their undergrad in Arkansas, did their residencies at UAMS and their fellowships at UAMS. And as Dr. Matthews told a great story that they met over the fumes of formaldehyde in the gross anatomy lab. And
that's romantic.
Very romantic. It just brought them together.
Yeah, well.
So that's
better that they both be covered in formaldehyde than just one.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. But we're just delighted to have them. And one thing I might point out, we are so lucky to have such a wonderful group of doctors that have come to join us. And as you and I both know, there is a physician shortage, and for us to be able to bring such an incredible group of bright young doctors here is wonderful. For example, with Dr. Martin, she is a pulmonology fellow, and last year, the University of Arkansas Medical Sciences graduated 2 pulmonology fellows, and we got one of them. So
that's just amazing.
It is amazing.
That's the draw that we have.
It is the draw that we have.
But I know that you have a whole process to go about recruiting our folks.
We do.
How do you do this? You are remarkable. How do you do this?
I do it with a lot of help. There's a lot of things to the process, and we do a number of different things, including looking at. We do a lot of networking with other physicians. We look at a lot of training programs that are in, for residents and fellows. We do career fairs. We, of course, advertise through a website, a number of different internet job boards, do a lot of mailers. We also work with medical students, and something that's very unique to Baxter is that we have a Kerr Medical School student scholarship, if I can get that out right. And what it does is that it supports students from our market area, 8-county market area, that are going to medical school anywhere in the United States, any accredited medical school in the country for their MD or DO, and they can get a scholarship from our hospital to support their tuition through medical school. And the best part is there's no strings attached. We would love for them to come back and practice with us, but it's just so important to Baxter Regional to support these students in their medical careers that there's no strings attached. This is the 3rd year that we've had that scholarship, and we have 13 students who are from this area, from Mountain Home, Big Flat, Viola, Salem, and Yellville. So it's very exciting. The majority do go to UAMS in Little Rock, but we also have students in Tennessee, at Ohio State, and in Kansas City. So it's a really exciting thing. So it's through those contacts and that kind of networking that we, start to recruit very early. It's a very ongoing process. Many of the doctors that we brought on this summer, we started talking with perhaps 3 or 4 years ago. Yes. Yeah. Just like now, and we're so lucky to have leadership that is very proactive and has a strategic plan to look 5 years in the future for what our needs are, to best serve the patients of our area. And we have already signed doctors for 2012, 2013, and 2014.
That's wonderful.
So we have,
and it really is. I mean, that's to have that foresight, because what is it we are going to need? And of course, you look at some of the physicians that have been here many years. They're going to want to retire one of these days. So certainly need to be looking at replacing that particular specialty, making sure that there's someone there to fill that gap, so to speak. I heard the nicest compliment the other day from a physician when I was one of our seasoned veterans that's been here a long time. He said, "Donna, I want you to be really very much aware of the fact that not only is Bobbi doing a great job out recruiting and getting us everything that we need, but we are getting the cream of the crop of physicians. They are at the top of their class."
They absolutely are, and we have just really been so fortunate to have that happen, because like you and I, we have friends and family in this area that we want to bring the very best care to, along with the tradition that our physicians have set over many, many years. We want to continue that tradition, and so we do want the brightest and the best, and we are so excited to have that in this class of new physicians that have come this year.
And it's just the community as a whole. I mean, it works so well together. We've got an older population, and yet everyone was willing to go along for like building our schools. We needed the middle school. They continue to support programs in the high school and the elementary level, and we just keep growing because we've got a huge younger population.
We do. We absolutely do.
And they deserve to have the best of care just like we've had and will continue to have. So
I agree.
It's been wonderful.
And we have such an incredible team at Baxter Regional to provide that patient care from our nurses, from our leadership, from so many different areas, and the foundation though and the leader of that is the physicians, and it is so important for us to be able to continue that tradition, as I said, of our physicians who have been here so many years and have provided such incredible care, and that we want that to go forward.
And I know that in future shows we'll probably be talking more about, we always stay up with state-of-the-art technology.
Absolutely.
And that's a huge draw for the physicians. I know when we went live in 2009, I was thinking about this today, in April of 2009, we went live with our electronic medical record.
Right.
But this next month is actually 10 years of building, I call it the framework of electronic medical records. And so many of the physicians that are coming out of school now, they're used to doing all of their orders.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
So
they have never worked with paper charts.
They have never worked with paper.
Yes.
No more excuses.
Yes.
And we've been fortunate enough to have the technology, to have the foresight, to have all of that available for the physicians. And bless their hearts, our more mature physicians have been wonderful at adapting to all of this.
Yes, they embrace it. They really have just been wonderful.
Once they've, it's new, it's a change, but once they've gotten into it, they really see how beneficial it is. I mean, it certainly would cut down on any type of errors that could possibly come up because someone can't read writing. It's just terrific. So,
yes.
Well, Bobbi, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
It has been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I know you're going to be heading off, and you've got another road trip down to Little Rock coming up.
To recruit.
And to recruit. Just heading off tomorrow morning. So. Good hunting.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Go find us more of what we need here in Mountain Home and the surrounding area. And thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you. It has been my pleasure.
Join us again next time for BRMC's Healthy Connection. We've got more interesting, healthy ideas for you coming up in the future.